There we go. We're on.
Okay.
I want to open up your SPSS.
Lesson 18, Part 2. It says, there was a recent survey taken on whether consumers are label users who pay attention to label details when buying clothes. Are men and women equally likely to be label users? Determine if the proportion of men who use labels are different than the proportion of women who use labels with a level of significance of 0.05. And then it gives you the table. So it says check the requirements. And so that's the n1 times p hat 1 is greater than or equal to 10. N times 1 minus p hat 1 is greater than or equal to 10. But all of mine checked out to be more than 10. So the requirements were met.
I did mine the easy way, and I went to the applet, and yeah, they all checked out on that. Is it an applet in the Excel? What does he call that? The Excel file?
What do we call that?
Yeah.
He calls it the really long name. I just call it the Excel
The
file.
categorical data analysis tool.
That's what he calls it, yeah.
I just call it the X files because I never know what I'm going to get. And it's really weird in there. So. Okay.
Oh yeah, we should probably state that Chelsea's having microphone issues, so she's on Shancy's cell phone, so poor Chelsea.
Okay. State the null and alternative hypotheses. So the null is P1 is equal to P2, and the alternative is P1 is not equal to P2.
Is it P or is it P hat?
It's P. P hat is the sample, but P is the population.
You're right. D hat these guys. Shut it right off. That looks like a mustache on their head.
Okay, compute the test statistic. I got 3.309 from the little tool applet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Me too.
Me too.
Okay. Compute the p-value. So you just plug that into the normal probability applet, and then it's two-tailed, so it's left and right with no middle, and I got 0.001.
Yep.
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 Shade your p-value on the normal distribution. Okay, it's not really a way to go over that.
Well, I drew it.
Okay.
There's not much to shade in, but.
Yep. Yours is neater than mine, Shancy.
Well, I don't believe that.
What decision do you make about the null hypothesis? So the p-value is less than 0.05, so you reject the null.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's sufficient evidence to say that there's a difference in the two, what is it called?
The proportions
of men who use labels and the women who use labels.
Yeah.
To do that, I just go back and copy down where it says determine if the, and then I put proportion of men who use labels are different than the women who use labels. And that made it easier for me.
Okay. Yeah, right there. I see it. That's good.
And then you know exactly.
Sorry,
you
what?
just copy it out. You just copy it out of there, and then you. It's easier that way.
Okay. Construct a 95% confidence interval for the difference of the two proportions in number 4. So again, this is in that little Excel applet. And I got 0.045 and 0.166.
Yep.
Okay, so interpret the confidence interval you constructed. And so there's a 95% chance, or the 95% confident that the true difference is between those two values.
And the proportions of men and women being label users?
Yeah, is between 0.045 and 0.166.
Yep.
Alright, are you ready for the homework?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, start.
The group meeting one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, group meeting.
Okay, so questions 1 and 2 are true. Question 3 says, out of 70 females in the sample, 52 can taste PTC. Out of 59 males in the sample, 42 can taste PTC. Let P1 be the proportion of females in the population who can taste PTC, and let P2 be the proportion of males who can taste PTC. The research question for the study is given here. Is the proportion of females who can taste PTC different from the proportion of males who can taste PTC? Find P1, P hat 1.
Okay, so over in the applet, it's going to be
Sample proportion.
52 and then 70 in the applet, and then 42 and then 59. Wait a second.
And then it's asking if it's different. So it's a two-tail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, find P hat 1.
0.743.
That's what I got.
So,
0.743, right?
Right.
do you have that?
Hold on, my computer's running really slow, guys.
Okay.
Like,
Did you start your SPSS already, Jeanette?
I did, and that's why it's been really slow.
I figure by the time we're on lesson 19 and might need it, then it will be ready. Maybe.
Right, yeah, I know. I started that before we even started the meeting. Okay, what,
Okay. So,
I don't want to hold you guys. It's still not coming up, so,
you want me to share my screen?
yeah, would you please let me find you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I share the right one? No, I sure didn't. That one. Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so we put in 52 and 70 and 42 and 59. Does that make sense to the two of you? Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so right here's
Yeah,
our
52 is our sample proportion, right?
well 70 is
52.
well 52 out of 70. I think it was the women. If you look at the problem
Yeah.
again, and then 42 out of 59 of the men, and then we made it a two-tailed. So now we've got 0.743. Where is my 3? And then P hat 2 is 0.712. And
I love these little applet things.
yes, they're
Yes.
amazing. So is it B on number 5? No.
Yes.
Is appropriate for addressing the research question. Is it B or is it D?
It's B.
Why?
Yeah, I think it's B.
Because we're looking for... Oh, wait a second. It is D, because we're looking at P, not P hat. Good catch.
It wasn't a catch. I just didn't know which one it was, honestly.
Yeah, sometimes the P and the P hat get kind of confusing, so I always have to keep looking at my little,
I was just going through process of elimination. I knew it was a two-tailed test, and so I knew it was either B or D, and then I was like, wait, is it P or P hat? Mark, where are you?
Yeah, I had already clicked B, so I'm glad that you said something.
Okay.
Okay, create a 95% confidence interval for P1 minus P2. So in the applet, it's negative 0.123 and 0.185.
So that's B.
So that's B.
Okay.
And then with A being 0.05, what decision do you make? So the p-value is 0.693.
So we're going to
Fail to reject it. So C.
reject.
Failed to reject the null.
Yeah.
C.
Oh yeah, C. That A almost looks like an O on B.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so which of the following? So if we fail to reject, where's my cheat sheet?
So if we fail to reject, then there's insufficient evidence for the alternative, which is that females who can taste it are different from the males who can taste it.
So
And so I wrote this down. So if we feel there is significant evidence, right?
no, if we reject the null, there is sufficient evidence. So when we fail to reject, there's insufficient evidence that the true proportion of males who can taste PTC is different. So it's B, not C, because
Right.
the word is different, not less.
Okay. B?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you think, you two,
Yes.
Jeanette, Mark?
Yeah. And 7 was C, right?
Yes.
7 was C.
And 6 was B. And 5 was D.
Yes.
What is 3 and 4? What did you guys get?
Okay, if you go over to, can you see my mouse spinning around on that page I shared?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay.
And then if you look up here as well, if we have to check all the requirements, here it does that for you too.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I love this thing. It tells you everything.
Okay. Do you have all the ones you need?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so question 9. Okay, so we will review mortality rates and day of admission heart attacks study with different data. Out of 118,519 who had a heart attack during the weekday, 16,713 had died. Out of 42,447 that had a heart attack on the weekend, 6,155 had died. Let P1 be the proportion of patients who had a heart attack and were admitted on a weekday who died, and let P2 be the proportion of patients who had a heart attack and were admitted on a weekend who died. The research question for the study is given here. Is the proportion of the patients who have a heart attack and are admitted to the hospital on a weekday who die less than the proportion of patients who have a heart attack and are admitted to the hospital on the weekend who die? Use the level of significance of A is 0.05. So the conditions for conducting a hypothesis test are satisfied. So we got to plug it in.
Okay, so Mark, if I read the numbers, do you want to plug it in?
Yes. Hit me with X1.
P1.
And share your screen too,
Oh,
if you can.
or what if you read it to me and I put it in then?
Okay. Are you ready to go?
Yep.
So out of 118,519, okay, so X1 is 16,713.
16,713?
Yes.
Okay.
Out of 118,519.
118,519. Are you okay? And then the next one?
6155 died.
Okay.
Out of 42,447.
Okay. And then
It's less than. P1 is
Yeah,
less than P2.
less than P2.
is it? Oh,
And
it's
then everything is condition. Yeah, everything is satisfied.
okay. So 9 is true. And 10 is
10 is A.
Okay.
And then find P hat 1,
So
which is 0.141.
Yep. And then the other one is 0.145.
Okay.
0.141.
And 0.145.
Okay.
Yeah, 0.1. That's right.
And number 10 is A, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And our Z score is minus 2.020.
Wait, 1 second. Yeah. Negative 2.020.
Negative 2.02. Is that not what you got, Mark?
No,
Shade
it
to-
was. I was looking at the p-value instead of the z-score.
Oh, okay. And then we shade to the left because it was less than, right?
Right.
Okay.
What, negative 2.020?
Yes.
Sorry, just want to make sure I did that right.
Okay. And the p-value is 0.022.
Yep.
So
that's
we
right.
reject the null.
Sorry, and we did say we were shading to the left, right?
Right.
Yep.
Correct. To the left. Correct.
Sorry if I keep repeating everything. It just sometimes the sound gets kind of blurred.
Does everybody have all of the answers? Should we take a minute and just run through them real quick?
Yeah, we can do
Sure.
that. Let's get 17 done real quick.
Yeah. So 1 and 2 are true. 3, 0.743. 4, 0.712. 5 is D. 6 is B as in boy. 7 is C. 8, B as in boy. 9 is true. 10 is A. 11, 0.141. 12, 0.145. 13, minus 2.020. 14 to the left. 15, 0.022. And then we are,
Rejecting the null.
so there is sufficient evidence to conclude that the proportion is less than the proportion of patients who have the hospital on the weekend. Yeah, okay, I think it's A
That's what I got also.
Me too.
because of the word less, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
So we said A?
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay, for later. Alright, are we ready to submit?
I'm doing screenshots real quick so I can study
Oh,
later.
good idea.
That's a good idea.
Good enough to all of us?
I can. Okay.
I always forget these guys.
I forget on the ones that are the most important that I really, really needed. Looks like we got 100.
Computer sounds going slow. Yep, 100.
I also got 100. Fantastic.
Yes,
Okay.
I like those.
me too.
That seemed really easy. I don't know about you guys, but
Lesson 18, I've got it down. Lesson 19, I'm not really sure about because I'm in Chelsea's boat. I didn't really get to study it super in depth. Kind of like watched the videos and like looked over the part 1 real quick. But
It
there
seems
wasn't much to part 1 at all, so I'm hoping there's not much to part 2.
part 2 wasn't bad at all.
where did you guys go?
Do you guys still need the screen shared?
No.
No, mine's up and working now, so I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Okay.
Until we just start doing other stuff.
Oh, I need to put you
I'm
back.
going to go ahead and pull up my SPSS.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to do that too.
Okay. I'm gonna start my group meeting for 19 because that else takes forever.
Okay. Copy this.
And next week, all we have to do, right, is just the exam? Or do we have
Yes.
an exam and a lesson?
I think there's a lesson because in the videos it talked about there's one more thing to learn. It's like categorical testing with more than one. I can't remember what it's called.
It's
There's one more type of test that we have to learn.
Can you guys see this graph? We don't have this one over here yet.
Oh, yeah.
Where did you get that graph from? I desperately need it.
Oh, he sent.
Didn't he send this in an email?
Yeah, he sent it to us the same day that he. This is a mess, but do you have this one, Mark?
Hang on,
And
let
that
me-
one too.
No,
have
I don't. I don't have either of those.
These are what we were able to use as cheat sheets. We could use these two things, and then plus our regular piece of paper.
Man,
I know.
I missed out. I probably would have got a much better score if I had that.
Yeah.
It was really hard without it, actually, because it's like, which one do you use? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a piece of paper that tells me.
Well, now you're just Superman.
Yeah.
Because I would have flunked without it.
I know, it helped. It really did help.
So
I'm going to look at my emails real quick and see if I can find it, because I really need that.
yeah. And they might have even been attached to one of the lessons. Do you remember what lesson we were on?
Yeah.
What-
It was in a lesson too, because it was in several different spots, wasn't it?
Week 8 items.
Hold on, I'm going to save for later so I can come back to this. Let's go find it.
The exam closes tonight, so it was before the exam.
Yeah.
Did you
But
find it?
It's in the oh no, Mark. You try go back to your iLearn and in what is it? Course,
Oh.
and go to resources and go to
Statistics method table.
methods table. Yeah, go there.
I found it. This is going to be so good.
There you go. That's what you need right there, Mark.
Y'all just saved my life.
Mark's going to get 100% now.
I sure hope so. I need to bring my grade back up.
Back to the group meeting. For me, that flow one was so nice because even though I still don't get some of it as good as I should, it helped me sort things out.
Right, because I can say like, okay, was it a 1 sample or a 2 sample? 3 plus samples.
Yeah, that's where I get lost every single time.
Yeah, me too. I think that's everybody's problem.
That's going to take a long time. Okay, I'll do that later. Okay. So back to lesson 19.
Okay.
Okay. Public opinion poll.
Okay, part 2. Ambitious intro to stat students wanted to conduct a survey among church members and ask them about their party affiliation and whether or not they whether or not they were in favor of Prop 8. They would like to see if there's an association between party affiliation and voting preference for Prop 8 with a level of significance of .05. They conducted a random sample, and here's the data summary. Republicans in favor is 250, against is 50. Democrats in favor is 120, Democrats against is 80. State the null and alternative. So the null would be if they're independent, right? Like if party affiliation and Prop 8, like
Yeah, I marked A because it's in my notes. It's the HO is always variables are independent, and the alternative is not independent.
okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So what
Let me write that down.
What?
I'm going to write that down real quick, what Shanti just said. That was good.
Well, I hope I find it. It's right here on my paper, but there's lots of stuff on my paper. So I hope I find it if I need it.
Yeah, so the null is always going to be independent, right? And then the alternative will always be not independent?
Right, because it says
Sorry.
that it says the test, the Chi test of independence and stuff. No, just the test of independence. You cannot say that they are dependent. So we have to say that they're not dependent.
Okay. All right, we're good to go.
Okay,
Okay.
what are the requirements for this test? And it was saying that all the expected cell counts are greater than 5.
Right.
Greater
Well,
than
do you
or
know
equal
where
to
you guys get that from?
Where are you at?
Type that in. We're on part
B.
2, question 3B.
C.
You guys, I'm such a dork. I've already started the quiz. How did I get the right answer on the thing?
Oh my god.
You know, I was wondering because you said something like, yeah, so I just look at A. And I was like, look at A? What's there to look at on A? So, okay.
I was like, oh, okay. Maybe she has a unique way of writing notes or something.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
No,
man,
my daddy's
there's-
smiling down at me right now because he used to always like tug on our hair and say, "Oh, it's the blonde leading the blonde around our house right now, isn't it?" And he had this big old like he'd open up the fridge and the iron would be in the fridge and he'd be like, "Oh my gosh," and he'd look in the oven and he'd find the milk in there or something weird, you know.
Oh, okay.
So, okay.
I don't know if I heard you wrong, Mark, but did you say it's just greater than 5?
All the expected cell counts are greater than 5. So
So it's
how
not
do you find the
greater than
expected
or
cell
equal to,
counts?
just greater
Okay, so you see this was a little tricky for me because you have to go in the SPSS, enter this data for the Republican and Democrat into the new data file, and enter it in to make the table. And then once you enter everything in, it says that underneath one of your outputs for your SPSS.
Oh,
Oh dear, that's annoying. Well, because in
Okay.
the note it says check requirements, independent procedure, all of the expected counts are greater than or equal to 5, unless I wrote that down wrong.
Yeah, and C is the same thing. That C is actually, it says yes, 0 cells are expected count less than 5. That's actually on the table underneath the SPSS when you do that.
Okay, so it's just greater than 5. It's not greater than or equal to, right?
right.
It's great. Yeah, B is greater than 5, and C is 0 cells have expected count less than 5.
So
You guys-
let me try to plug this in.
Okay, so go to your SPSS.
Can you screen share and show me?
Sure, let me pull this up. Let me find my SPSS.
You got it.
Okay. Screen share.
It's on the left-hand side. It's that second one down.
Find you
Yeah.
guys first.
Little green screen with the arrow.
Screen share that. Okay, you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so what you need to do is you need to go into File, New Data, and say what? Okay, and then you have to input the population in favor of Prop 8, against Prop 8, Republican, Democrat, and then the count. So you have to do 3 different, like, you have to put the table in, so there'd be 3 different rows. It'd be 3 by 3, so it'd be 3 different rows and then 3 different variables. And so what I did is put Democrat.
Wait,
And
are you typing it?
I don't
yeah,
know.
I'm typing this.
It's
Here, I'll
not
show you.
showing up.
Yeah.
We're seeing something different.
Here, like right here. And I've got to do variable is.
Can you see mine or not?
We're seeing something
It-
different.
we can see it, but it's showing something different than what you're saying. It's showing us the data
You can't
for
see Democrat in there?
region.
Population in favor, against.
Can you not see Democrat right here?
No, it might be. You might have shared a different screen. Whenever I share on the SPSS, I have to be careful
Okay,
which
let
one I'm sharing. So I shared mine, but I think if you share your other one, we'll be able to see what you were doing.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
How did you name your columns like that?
Can you see this right down here? where it
Okay,
says
can you
that-
see this now?
Yes.
Okay, so you put in Democrat and then Democrat,
You
and then
just
you
type
put
it in, Mark.
Republican, Republican. Okay, and then your next variable is in favor, and then I put against, if I can spell it correctly. And then in favor for Republican, and then against for Republican. And then you have to put in the count, which is in favor of Democrats is 120. Democrats against is 80. Republican in favor is 250. And then Republican against is 50. And then you have to go over to the variable view. So you click that tab. And then you have to name it. So the last one is, I'll do less, is count. Because it's numeric count. And the next one is, or what do I do? One is party affiliation. With no spaces,
Okay.
or you can do like an underscore, I guess, if you want to. And then this one I put in voting preference. Just put voting pref. Okay. Then I went go back to data, and that's all should be in there. And then you can go ahead and do your data, and then do weighted cases. You count, and then weight by case, and put the little arrow, put the count in there, and then click OK. Then you go to your analyze, your descriptive statistics, crosstabs. Then you put your rows and your counts. So this always confuses me. So my row is, how does this? My affiliation. My column is my,
Voting preference.
yep. And I go to statistics again. Then I go to chi-square. I click on that and hit continue. Then I go to cells. And then, what is it? Didn't you do anything in here?
Yeah, I think you
Oh,
click
expected. And then hit continue. And then click OK. Let's see if this works.
Wait, aren't you supposed to put the count in there also?
I did because I weighted the count.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and there it is. And then see under, can you see this? A, 0 cells have expected count less than 5.
Share your screen. You're on a new screen now.
Oh. Hold on. It's thinking about it. Still thinking about it. Come on. That one. Okay, so you see it now? So you see A, 0 cells have expected count less than 5. That was your C, if your requirements are met, is right there.
Okay.
Put your mouse on it.
A, 0 cells, 0.0% have expected count less than 5. The minimum expected count is 52.
Okay.
Okay, and so since we need, okay.
I'll have to
And
work
then,
on
And then this is, so D is your chi-statistic, which is the Pearson chi-square, which is 33.957, which is right there.
Hang on, where is that?
You see my mouse?
Chi-square?
It's the Pearson, the Pearson chi-square is a 33.957. And then your degrees of freedom is 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is your p-value. Is this significance is 0.
Mm-hmm.
And then since the p-value is 0, we reject the null.
Mm-hmm.
And then H is we have sufficient evidence to show that the party affiliation and the views on Prop 8 are not independent.
Mm-hmm.
Because the p-value was 0.000. Actually, oh. So I don't know why all this other stuff is in here, but like the Fisher's exact test and value cases and I don't know what that. But we only ever look at the Pearson chi-square because we're not in those other classes. We're going to need that, I guess. So. And then these are your expected ones. So the count was 130 and it was expected 130. The count was 50, but it was expected 78, which I'm sure that's going to be on the test as well.
Yeah, I remember there was a question somewhere I thought that where we had to find the expected.
Yeah, there was, I think.
I can't remember where it is.
Yeah, but I remember reading about it, so I'm sure it's going to be on the test.
Yeah, well, and I think it gives you, in the reading book, doesn't it give you the formula for how to solve that on your own, too?
Yeah.
Expected count for each cell equals row total times column table divided by
total. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least we won't have to do it. We can just do it in SPSS then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so ready for the group meeting?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm already.
Nancy's already doing it.
Probably done.
Yeah, she's already there.
Okay. Questions 1 and 2 are true. For questions 3 through 9, use the following information. Of a random sample of 1,000 voters. Respondents were classified by male or female and by voting preference, Republican, Democrat, or Independent. These are the results. In this set of questions, we will explore the research question, do men's voting preferences differ significantly from women's voting preferences? Use a level of significance of 0.05. Which set of hypotheses is appropriate for addressing the research question? So the no would be that they're independent, and the alternative would be they're not independent. So A.
A.
See, I was right. Clear back on the other thing.
You were right like 30 minutes ago. Look at that. What is the equation for computing the degrees of freedom? Number of rows minus 1 times number of columns minus 1?
I'm looking for it on my notes. I don't remember.
I thought I remember that's what it said in the video.
Okay, so row minus 1 times column minus 1.
Yeah, so C.
Let's see. What is the correct choice for degrees of freedom for this problem?
Okay, so we need to plug it in.
Minus 1.
It's D, number of columns.
Okay. Yeah.
Row minus 1 times columns minus 1. Okay, so what is number 5?
We are working on that one.
Okay. Okay.
Is 2?
I'm plugging it into SPSS, just to double check. I think it's 2.
I got 2. I got 2 too.
Okay, this might be a dumb question. Do we have to add up all of the rows?
It's the rows in the chart. Like the, what does it say? Republican, Democrat, Independent is 3, and female and male is 2. So 3 minus 1 is 2, and then 2 minus 1 is 1, and then 2 times 1 is 2.
You're breaking up.
Oh.
Okay. So it's number of rows minus 1, and so there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't count the total is not a row.
So 3 rows.
3 rows, the Republican, Democrat, Independent.
Okay, so 3 minus 1 times, and
Okay,
then the
so
number.
there's 2 rows.
And
And then there's
4
2
columns.
rows, female and male. So that's 2. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2.
Ah, yes.
Does that make sense?
A lot easier than what I was making it be. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't really matter. If you mess up your number of rows and number of columns, it's still going to be the same.
Okay, so the number of rows is 2. There's 2 rows because male and female. So then
Right.
it's 2 minus 1, so that's 1.
And okay,
And there's
columns go down, okay?
Right, in columns there's 4 columns though.
But total doesn't count.
Oh my
The
God.
column total and the row total doesn't matter. They should just take it off of there because they're trying to confuse you.
Yeah,
So-
well, it doesn't take much.
because total, I love you, Shancy. The
Yeah.
total doesn't matter because
Okay.
it's the total of all of that. So,
Okay,
but
2 minus 1 or times by 3 minus 1. So 1 times 2 is 2.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
okay. That was like super easy. You made that 10 times harder than it had to be.
Degree of freedom is definitely 2. I just plugged in the whole stupid thing into what you call it.
yay, Mark.
Okay. Are the requirements met for conducting an X-squared test for independence met? They are. SPSS says 0 cells have expected count less than 5.
Awesome.
Yes, there are
Okay,
at least.
so then it,
Yes, there are at least 5 expected counts in each cell.
Yes, it's D. What is the value of the X-squared statistic for this problem?
Can you share your screen, Mark?
I can because I don't know which one of those it is in the output.
Okay. What's the value of the x2?
Okay, can you see?
It's the chi-squared test statistic. So it's the Pearson
So
Yeah.
it's 16.204.
Yep.
16.204. Can you share or screen share, please, Mark?
I thought
Yeah.
that I was. Is it not sharing?
It is. It's right there.
Is it?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
Can you make it big?
Is that better?
Oh, yeah.
And do you know the trick to get in between your screens without making them small, Mark?
Well, I just like doing that because it's really easy. On a Mac, you can just like have different desktops. And so I've got my email, Excel, and then y'all are down here. And then on my second desktop, I just have SPSS.
That is cool. That is cool.
okay.
So 16.204.
16.204.
Okay.
But
And then
two decimals, so
You guys are getting all choppy.
16.20.
Guys, are you still there?
yeah, we're still here. What do you need, Chelsea? Sorry.
I don't know.
You're frozen with your eyes closed.
Mom, did you say you?
Okay, I'm still on number 7.
Okay, so number 7, Chelsea, is 16.204. It was down in the bottom box, and it's the Pearson chi-square. And then,
And then
the
we
p-value.
got that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we got the test statistics, the X2. What was it in this? Something chi,
The chi.
something. Yeah, that's where we get that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember to round it to 2 decimals on that one. So it's not 16.204, it's 16.20.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Man, tricky. Tricky.
And then what was our
No,
p-value?
do that.
Because you're not on the screen anymore.
Oh, let me fix that. Hang on. Okay, is it up?
No.
Thinking about it.
There it is.
Okay, so looks like it's 0.
0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to 3 decimals.
Yeah, 3 decimals, 0.000.
So there is sufficient evidence to suggest that they are not independent.
So A. There is sufficient.
Dang, are we about to have to enter all that information in? Oh
Yeah.
no, there's a little file.
Oh,
Nice.
there we go. I'm like, what?
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is the data and weight cases, right?
Well, I've got to, hang on, I've got to open up my BYU stuff in the SPSS and it takes forever.
Okay.
What's it called? Chiropractor?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, chiropractor.
Okay, weight by count, and then we do.
Okay, so now once we have the data in there, then
You're going to go
where's
to
my thing?
data and weight cases.
Oh, that's right.
Mine's taking forever, you guys.
Mine is 2.
I know. Mine like will go slow and then fast and slow. That's really enjoyable. Okay, so then after the weight cases. So the only thing available is I just put the count in there, right? Weight cases by count.
Right.
And now then we have to do the analyze statistics, right?
Uh-huh.
Test.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's still thinking about opening.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Mark, how's yours?
I just barely saved the file, so let me try to open it real quick.
Okay.
Okay, I just got it. So let me weight mine real quick.
I'm going to be brave and share mine, but I'm not sure if I got mine right, so I want to compare with when you guys get yours up.
Okay. So our rows are going to be location, and then region is going to be column.
I don't think, I think I heard him say in the meeting, Jeanette, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I heard him say that it doesn't matter which is in which.
Correct.
Oh, okay. That's really good to know.
Okay, so data, mine finally came up. So data, oh, it's not going to work now. Here it is.
Click cells and
Okay, I got mine. So, what is the first question? The conditions are satisfied. Mine says it's true. Mine says that 0 are less than 5.
That's what mine says. So,
Okay, degrees of freedom, I got 8.
okay, degrees of freedom, I've got 8.
Okay, x squared, I've got 7.436 to 2
Mhm.
decimals.
Yep.
7.44.
4. And the p-value is,
P-value is, wait, is this single or double-sided? Oh,
it's
they're
just
not independent, so it's, okay, so I got 0.49,
0.49.
0.490.
oh, for the chi-square.
Chi square. He says it's chi like kite, but I grew up saying chi like chi. everyone wanted to drink chi tea or whatever. Kai tea. Maybe.
Okay, so sorry, I'm just kind of catching up. Our p-value was 7.436. No.
Round to 2 decimal places.
Okay. But I am in the right spot, right? The chi-square test.
Yeah, the chi-square is 7.44 on 12. Because we've rounded it to 2 places.
Yes. Oh, wow.
But then the p-value is 3 places, guys. You see that?
Yeah.
The next one? Okay.
What did everybody get?
0.490.
10.
Okay, Chelsea is on 10. So on our thing, do you see on yours, Chelsea, down at the very bottom under the chi-square test, it says 0 cells have expected count less than 5. So we know that they're all met because they're all supposed to be greater than 5, or at least 5.
So then it's true.
And then 11, if you look there in that same box.
Stream is 8.
Okay. And then
the extra one is what we just said. That's the 0.490?
0, yeah, and I did 0.490. Is that right, Mark?
That's what
Yep.
And it's 2 decimal places.
2 on
12?
12, but 13.
Yeah, and then the p-value. Okay, where are you, p-value?
Wait a second. Chelsea, what did you put for 12?
12,
Yeah,
I got 0.49.
Okay,
13.
no. That is for 13. Number 12 is
12.
12
So-
is the value. It's the pi chi-squared.
4.
Yeah.
Is that right? The 7.436, and then we round?
Right.
Yeah, that's 12.
Okay. Duh. Okay.
And so the asymptotic sig, like that last column, that's what the p-value is.
Okay. 4.
Okay, and so the p-value is big. So there's
insufficient evidence to suggest that they're not independent. So that's C.
So C?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm going to take some screenshots.
Okay, so I'm going to run through it real quick. 3 is A. 4 is C. 5 is Q. 6 is D. 7 is 16.20. 8 is 0.000. 9 is A. 10 is true. Okay, we just went through these. 8 is 11. Whoa, 11 is 8. Sorry, long day. 12 is 7.44. 13 is 0.49.
0.490.
490. Yeah, because it's 3 decimals. And then 14 is C.
Okay.
Yep.
We said 3 was A and 4 was C, right?
Yes.
And then 2 and then D. Okay, I was doing screenshots on those first couple.
Alright, I'm going to submit, okay?
Me too. We got 100.
Oh, you beat me. I really like hundreds, you know.
Yeah, me too. Hey, how's it?
They are nice.
I wonder how much my average went up, like if at all.
Yeah, I'm going to look at mine too.
Nice.
Hey, I've got an 86.8 now. I went up a half a
So
percent.
now-
I went
I
up
have a percent.
half a percent.
What's up?
85.93, that's what I'm at.
Wow.
Hey, not bad. It's moved up.
I like the upward trend.
Me too. There you guys
Okay. So should we end it and then try some homework together?
Mm-hmm.
are. All right, we're done. I'm gonna stop broadcasting now.
Okay.
Okay.